Welcome to some casual gameplay, as I call it. I'm not a pro. I don't know a lot about golf. I love golf. I've played practically every golf game in existence. But that doesn't mean that I know what I'm talking about. I'm still trying to make the Masters. I've turned down the volume for the commentary and the music, even though it still sounds loud to me, by half. It won't save my settings. I keep going back between PGA 2K23 and this game, and I gotta say that I am getting absolutely distracted with the constant mumbling. I'm sorry, it's just way too distracting. I'm gonna lose myself here. Apart from the audio settings not saving, not having that performance for 60 FPS option yet. Apparently that's in the works and they're going to put it in. And no dynamic weather, and the swing feeling a little bit slow. Maybe it's just me, but I've been looking around and it seems like most people are in agreement. This game is really, really amazing. Like, I mean, I'm not amazing at the game, but I've also found out something about, like, this situation, this exact shot in 2K23 wouldn't happen, but there's also something that I fail to remember here. With this game, the courses are more realistic. So what could end up happening, like in terms of the firmness and all that, what could end up happening is it could look like with the same swing, the same power, the same everything. Oh, it should only go as far as here or there. And then you go on another course and all of a sudden it's just bouncing and going all over the place because of that extra level of realism. So I guess what we could argue for some of us is that it is not exactly noob friendly, right? Like, I mean, I have everything on the, and I don't want to admit this, but I have to be transparent. Like my hair, you can see right through it because it's not there. I feel like you already have to be an advanced beginner, right? The other thing that drives me crazy that does not happen in PGA 2K23 is I didn't touch anything, and automatically, boom, there's your putt read. Didn't ask for it. What if I was thinking to myself, I already know that I have to go to the right a little bit. What if I was like, I know I need to go, somewhere around here. Now I want to do my putt read. I can't do that, right? So that does absolutely bother me. Now, this is probably not a good shot. Like I said, I'm not, I'm not good. Plus, I'm talking. I'm on camera. There's all that pressure. See, I told you, 3 inches from the hole. That's what she said. Okay, I would have gotten right it in there. I would have gotten it right in there if I wasn't recording. But it's okay. So that's my point. And everything that, like I said, I'm talking about, I would like to think it's justified to be a little bit like, PGA 2K23. And I know some of you are going to be thinking, well, if you like it so much, why don't you go back to it? I do. But I think both games are different enough in their own. I'm actually thinking of just playing the two of them side by side moving forward. I don't think one replaces another. But if I had to pick, if I had to only pick one game, you might not like the answer. It would be this game, EA PGA Tour. I do think that overall, if I can put my lack of skills aside and put that bias aside, I do believe that overall, despite the couple of things that I'm nitpicking about, this would be the one. Again, I still haven't purchased it. I got 5 hours left on my trial. I even picked it up on my Xbox Series X, the trial that is, because I already had Game Pass Ultimate for like $350 American. That worked out to be like $525 Canadian. $5. I was like, $5, I'll pay $5 for that. I do that anyways, right? So I got to, to spend a little bit of time there. So I got about 6 or 7 hours of total gameplay time in this game, by the way. And probably about 4-ish, closer to 5 now in PGA 2K23. So absolutely nothing, remarkable here to talk about. But at the same time, I would like to think enough to know, some of the differences between them, as I've already made my video on that. I made like a noob first impression review there. And again, it's funny because even though it's 30 FPS, and I know some people talked about, oh, I don't like it, it's very jarring, and I'm not dismissing that, because if you feel it's jarring, then it is jarring. You can't... I hate people that argue with others and go, it's not that bad. No, if somebody thinks it's jarring, it's fucking jarring. I personally think it's pretty smooth, considering it's 30 FPS, and then I found out in PGA 2K, I almost said 33, 23, I actually had mine on quality mode, which I think it's 30 or 40 FPS. It doesn't feel that bad. I didn't know there was a performance mode up until a couple of hours ago, to be honest with you. So, there's that. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. Again, this is one of those things where I could promise you if I go past that line near my hip in terms of the power, it is going to go like way, way far. Because the blue, I think, is the projective where it's going to land. Well, what about the roll, right? So maybe we're going to do a little bit of the backspin there. We're going to hit it low. And we're going to spin that bastard. Oh, see, I hit it way too hard. See? Told you. But I knew that that was going to happen. In other words, what I want to say is this game does a good job of bringing out the noob in me. It really does a fantastic job. And 2K23 does a good job of making it look like I may know a little bit what I'm doing. It's kind of funny. Like I'm not too sure how to read. I mean, like I said, after, it's all about practice and you start to just sort of figure things out. But I remember way back in the day with the Tiger Woods games. Yeah, see, I didn't read the, the gray part right there. Off to the right too much. So in the next time I'm in a similar situation, I would know not to have to do that. See, this one's going to go a little bit right if we go like this. Yeah, I was just used to the old Tiger Woods games. I didn't really have anything to complain about whatsoever. Yeah, definitely my biggest thing with this is that you don't get to choose when the putt reads. The speed of the swing, I find it off-put. It's funny playing this for a couple of hours and then going back to PGA 2. It was like, whoa, slow down. And then you play that one for a while. You come back to this one, you're like, hey, pick it up. So it's kind of like an adjustment thing because it is very, very different. Like, it's not even similar. You know what I mean? Like, it's nowhere near remotely the same. Remember, the white arrow is where it would go. If there was no wind, the blue is the projected, based on the conditions there as to where it's going to land. A half decent swing, actually. Really love the grass in this, and I said that in my other video. The visuals of this game are just really, really good. So again, you see with something like that, yeah, generally, boom, hole in one. But with the wind, so this is where you kind of have to figure, am I going to go to an 8 iron? Am I going to stick to a 9 iron? Am I going to, move it here? And then with the roll, is it going to roll up the hill, get me at least in the green, in the putting area where I need to be? Or do I go there and just not hit it as hard? Like all that kind of stuff, right? Maybe we're going to go high for here. You know what? Let's try that and see what happens. I'm experimenting here. I am experimenting. That's about where I thought it would go. I was hoping it would have shot higher and not taken me to the beach. It is what it is, right? Again, with this, yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's go somewhere right around here. You see what I'm saying? That, for me, at least for my skill set, if I can get within 10 feet of the hole on those odd, awkward shots, that's pretty good. In a 7-foot putt. See, so how I read it is that, and I could be doing this wrong, and I maybe have done this wrong my whole life, is that the white is where you're aiming, and if you sort of, follow the beginning of the path. This could be wrong. This is not a tip or tutorial. Do not listen to me. If you do this, in other words, like that, and you try to line it up with the beginning part before it curves, if you head onto that trajectory, it should, in theory, follow the curve and then go in, but then we could see that the white is actually on the left of the hole. So we need to go over a little bit to compensate for that. And if I'm not full of shit, that should go right in the middle of the hole. There's only one way to find out. See what I'm saying? I'm talking like a big shot. I did a 7-foot putt. I did a 54-foot putt in 2K23 yesterday, and I think I did a 37 in this one. But yeah, this is I know I'm just rambling a lot, talking a lot of shit. That's why these are just casual gameplay videos. They're not really meant to be taken seriously. Probably better off putting it on mute, to be honest, and just kind of take it in as the few people in the YouTube world decide to share some footage. Everybody that shares their thoughts, whether you agree with them or not, it's still how people feel about something. And then you can hopefully take something from that and kind of go, But in the end, cough up to $5 Canadian. It's like $1 American, 99 cents American. Get the EA Play. Try the game. I mean, that's the beauty of this game, is you get to try it. I was surprised my first impression review almost got 10,000 views. I was like, didn't even really contribute anything exciting to that. Why would you want to listen to a scrub like me talk about the game when you can just play it for yourself? I mean, I didn't even watch a review. And I wouldn't, because I can just try it for myself. You are the review. You're seeing it like in the flesh. You can watch all the videos you want until you literally pick up the club and start swinging for the fences. There's just things that you don't pick up on until, you play for yourself. Man, this game looks good. Whoops. There, now we can switch the view there. Another thing I'm finding with this game in the swing, I should have mentioned this earlier, but whatever, is I find it more forgiving when you grab your stick and you go back and, just the back and forth, if that makes any sense. I find it's just more forgiving. Whereas in PGA 2K23, oh man, if I just go off by a bit, my ball is just like taking a hard left, a hard right. Again, this has to be the single biggest thing that drives me absolutely batshit crazy. 22-foot putt. Can I read this properly? Do I have the right mindset? So we're following like that beginning, almost like the first blue square, if you will. See the blue square, the grid? Where my ball is, it's at the bottom of the grid up to the top of that square, that same square. That's almost lined up with it perfectly. But then we have to go a bit to the left, because even if we nail it perfect, it's going to go to the right of the hole. And the further you are a minute thing like that off, and it makes a big difference distance-wise, right? You see what I'm saying? Practice makes perfect. I mean, I'm still not even in the top 100, but we're getting too technical, right? Minor details. Didn't even make it, didn't even cut the, the masters or whatever it's called. I can't make the masters. I can't do it. I'm not the master. How can I get in the masters if I'm not a master? I'm going to have to level up to like 9,000 something before I have enough points to put in my golfer to be able to make the cut. You didn't make the cut. You finished. Zip it. In 122nd place at E and missed the cut. Shake it off. Get ready for the next round. What's really funny about that, by the way, I want to say something that's funny. There's nothing left to shake off. I've shaken everything off I've had because of how many times I've failed to cut. This is probably, and I don't want to admit this. Oh man, I've I've put in a good couple of hours on that. I just can't. Nope. And it's funny, about the AI scoring difficulty. I tried it at 150 is the default, I think. I tried it at 0. I tried it at 100. Doesn't seem to make a difference. I still end up in 120th place. That tends to be my average. I can't even get in the top 100. That is what it is. See, AI scoring difficulty controls the leaderboard scores posted by the AI golfers. Decreasing this value will result in higher overall scores and a decreased difficulty. But if you increase this value, it'll result in lower overall scores and increased difficulty. Any changes to AI difficulty will take effect at the start of the next tournament round. Oh, maybe I haven't. I don't know. I did this one halfway through, actually, so I don't think it actually caught on yet. That's a possibility. Either which way. Some gameplay here. Maybe you took something from it. Maybe you didn't. I highly doubt anybody made it to the end of the video. That's okay. I'm still here. If you liked it, a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. You didn't like it? Go ahead. Give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, and break a 9-iron off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, obviously, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.